I'm surprised you don't have a Marvel tattoo yet.
Actually, my next one is Marvel based, but it's Bass the Panther God.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if you watch. No, you don't have Disney
No.
Plus. But when they in Moon Knight, they talked about all the different gods of the different
Shit,
areas.
excuse me.
And Bass is the Panther God. And so I didn't want to be corny and get a Black Panther tattoo, but the Panther God, the Bass is dope, and that's what's going to be my next one.
Right.
I had saw this other one from Iron Man 2 where the arc reactor is poisoning him.
Yeah.
And so the tattoo is the arc reactor on the chest.
You gonna get a tattoo of an arc reactor?
Wait, listen, because it was
shit
meaning
gonna be made out of recycled material.
So it was the arc reactor, but then it had like the hieroglyphics from how the palladium was poisoning him.
Yeah.
And I thought the meaning behind it was dope. The thing that is saving my life is killing me, my heart. But then it was at a time where I was heavier and I didn't want to get it tattooed on titties. So I did not get that tattoo.
You ain't want no C cup tattoo.
No. And I didn't want you to be able to half see it sometimes because the arc reactor was in
my
it.
nigga had to have the cleavage out for you to see the tattoo.
I shouldn't have agreed to this.
Hey, we didn't run Jen off, guys.
Yeah. Still here.
Yeah, so that's gonna be my next. Oh, so I'm not a fan of tattoos on the hands. No, yours is cute, the butterfly. Oh. But I'm saying like a full tattoo. So in order for you to recognize it was the Infinity Gauntlet, all the stones are on your hands. Mm-hmm. So
That'd
it would have
fucking fire.
So it would have to be the forearm. It would be dope as a full sleeve, but then when you get down here, you gotta, because they're right on the top knuckles. You'd have to get
at least the knuckles.
But I didn't want anything on my hands.
I feel you. That'd be fucking fire,
right? Yeah. And I'm sure somebody else has done it. It wasn't like I had an original
You gonna
idea.
be mad as shit if I pop up in a couple weeks with fucking Infinity.
No, you remember my boy Dre?
Yes.
So I got this angel, but originally this angel was supposed to be Saint Michael. Saint Michael's got the sword and stepping on the serpent. I had this fire tattoo I saw years ago, and I showed it to him. And one day, and Dre barely posts on his Instagram. And one day, I look at his Instagram, and he's got a tattoo of Saint Michael on his fucking arm. I'm like, nigga, why are you walking around with my tattoo idea on your arm? He's like, oh, that's where I got that idea from. I couldn't remember.
After he already got it.
Yeah, so I had to switch it up, and that's why I went with the crying angel.
That nigga ain't even say nothing to nobody. He was like, yo, you know where I got this idea from? Like, nah, I'm just gonna use that shit my own.
So the Bast one, Mason helped me find the picture because we found a bunch of pictures that was mostly like Black Panther just praying to a big panther, but the actual Panther god from the comics looks different. So Mason right now is the only person who knows what this picture looks like.
Shit.
Matter of fact, when I got my new phone, it was in the old phone. It didn't transfer over, so I have to have Mason help me find that picture again. So,
sheesh. That's a lot for a tattoo.
And I thought I like balance, so I definitely got to go over here again. And this started as like a family thing, and then I've got my boys tat up here. So this is like my family arm, and this is one of
your boys.
Yeah,
they all up there.
No, my boy that passed.
Oh,
yeah,
Sim.
That was my first one.
Yeah,
ever. And then I got this one over here, which is stupid. It was we were all off one day. It was like, oh, let's we're all off today. Let's get tattoos. Me, Dre, Dave, and
As
Lloyd.
soon as you said you were all off, I knew something.
Yeah.
Went down.
Why? It always be some dumb shit when everybody off.
Because I jokingly said, hey guys, why don't we all go get a tattoo? And they was like,
you
all
said
right.
To the wrong group of motherfuckers.
And I think at least two of them have changed it already. So I've never changed it because I felt like, oh, it's our brotherhood. It's our.
They changed it. They ain't shit.
Yeah, I'm the only motherfucker.
Y'all not real friends. That's what they telling you. They say we don't fuck with you like that.
And then it was funny because that day we all got it on our right arm. Dave got it on his left arm by accident.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was doomed from the start.
Yeah,
it is corny. It's like this corny Chinese font. Like everybody has a tattoo mistake. That was mine. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of cover-ups because I feel like even if it was a mistake, it was still a part of history. Like the story behind this one, and I'm not sure if I ever want to cover it up because it was a part of history.
I feel bad for these motherfuckers who keep getting they goddamn all they baby moms and baby dads and then got cover that shit up. That shit's wild.
One day, I had a crazy thought that anybody I've ever had sex with, I was going to tattoo the name of my arm.
Yeah, you fucking stupid.
I know. It was a passing joke.
You might as well just get a bunch of fucking vaginas on your arm. Like, what the fuck was the point?
Like
what
a
was the
bowl of-
point?
You ever eat Honey Smacks?
Honey, yeah.
How could you eat them shit?
Wait.
Honey Smacks don't
You
look like
thought
a
he
bowl.
was too young for Honey Smack?
No. You can eat Honey Smacks, right?
Yeah.
You ever notice it look like a little bowl of floating vaginas? Yeah, I can't eat that shit.
Them motherfucking crispy ass vaginas.
You know who first told me that?
Oh,
David that was here.
oh
And
shit.
ever since he said it, I was like, I can't unsee it.
Mhm.
Anyway, we should probably get this shit kicked off. We've been talking for 6 fucking minutes.
Oh, it's been a minute. Let's
Yeah.
get it motherfucking popping.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn. I'd like to thank you for letting me be myself.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the crib, our village. We're all back in the building again. It is episode 57. I'm Rahmonn.
And I just so happen to be Darien.
And Jenn is back with us. We didn't scare her off.
Another episode. She agreed to do it
And
again.
She agreed to do it again because she knows she's got another question to answer. That one's not as deep as the first
Oh
question.
shit, you do got it. My man's like, we gonna come back to
We
this.
gonna come back to
we
it.
Go-
And 'cause I had a little list. I'll start uncharacteristically. I am grateful for trying new things. So last week I forgot to mention I've been talking about wanting to learn to play guitar. And after work, I went and I bought a guitar and I paid for some lessons. And I am
It's a pretty-ass
excited
guitar.
to endeavor, huh?
I said it's a pretty ass guitar. That
Thank
shit
you.
tough.
I haven't figured out what I'm gonna name her yet.
Mm.
I'm excited to endeavor in learning something new. And I figured just expand what I can already do musically by actually learning to play an instrument. So
That'd be fire. Have you play an instrument in the back of a track?
yeah,
you
shout out
probably
to
would.
Curtis. I forgot to mention Curtis's birthday was last week, but
Who? Curtis Blow?
No. Curtis
50
is one of,
Cent? Curtis Jackson?
no.
I'm sorry. My dumb ass
Curtis-
need to stop guessing.
Curtis, aka Black Citrus. So him and my oldest son,
Oh.
him and my oldest son were best friends when they were growing up. And Curtis also produces music, so we've gained a bond through that. And it was his birthday on the 1st. So happy birthday
Right.
to you, bro.
That's
to mention
today, right?
Well, today, but
Oh, but
this-
yeah, when
this-
it's my fault.
Yeah,
My fault is in the future.
multiverse. Here you go with that shit. I never forget when your wife was like, "Here you go with that shit."
There you go with this shit.
What are you grateful for, sir?
I'm grateful for this podcast, for real. It helped me get out of my shell, and it helped me be more comfortable with just openly saying how I feel and not giving a fuck how you feel about how I feel. It just is what it is. Hold on, that don't sound right. I do care about how y'all feel, but I'm not going to change how I feel because of it.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair statement. Miss Jenn, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to still have both my parents alive.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That doesn't even need a caption. That's
It don't. Yeah. Like, yeah. It's a lot that don't got that, so that definitely
being
is
an
something to be
orphan's not
grateful.
fun.
Oh.
Oh, and a callback from
Maybe
last
just
week.
scary be another.
I'm like, wait,
another
that was
session.
like,
It got dark as shit when trying to slide past it.
how we're gonna end up talking about what you're gonna be talking about in therapy.
Yeah.
Every week.
Every week. Every fucking week.
I'm gonna just
We
send
stumble
the
on something.
therapist prior, just like I prepare for
You
any
should
consultation.
just watch my podcast and we'll
I want
talk.
you to watch this episode, this minute, this episode, this minute. Yeah, because you've had me almost to tears one time here. I was like, oh, I really ain't shit.
You wasn't shit.
Callback.
Past tense.
Something else that I just discovered the other day. If you guys have been longtime watchers, you know Darien has an aspiration to be a carpenter. And I was thinking, what other famous carpenters do I know?
This motherfucker.
And I was thinking, Jesus was a carpenter. So I don't know if you've ever seen that episode, but some of us believe that Darien is the
Dreadlock
vessel for the
Jesus.
second coming of Christ. AKA Darius, AKA Dreadlock Jesus.
Thank you, David. I appreciate the new name.
But yeah, he was also a carpenter. Wow, a lot
Yeah.
of similarities. Um,
Damn.
so we have a similar love for a hip hop artist. And you've always had that love. Mine started and mine developed, I think, after knowing you and a mutual friend. So tell the people who your favorite hip hop artist is. Nas.
I'm like,
And it's funny, we were having a conversation about red flags, and can I tell that story?
Mhm.
And I said, what was the red flag with the last guy? And she said, when I asked him who his favorite rapper was, he said, tell the people what he said.
Chameleonaire.
Now, for the kids in the back, you might have to Google this one.
They see me ruling. That shit.
He said,
That would be a red flag for me.
Uh-uh.
Was he younger than you? Significantly younger than you? That maybe he
Nigga,
didn't know?
hot. That
saying-
in
That
no
don't-
way
that
does
don't
that
help.
make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Like, no.
Don't make excuses for him.
I'm not. I was just wondering. Did you ask why? Like what did he rate that on? Was it
He
bars,
said-
storytelling?
And his second was like Eminem.
That list is way off.
That is off.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna disagree with Eminem because he's
Yeah.
fucking
Right,
nice.
yeah.
But you don't know what the fuck you talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
if your list go from fucking Chameleonaire
First.
to Eminem, first Chameleonaire, then you don't know. You need to
he ain't
listen
never
to
listened to
fucking,
no rap music. He just happened to look down on the list. He's like,
nigga need to
Chameleonaire.
listen. Nigga need to listen to yodeling and
Was he
shit.
at your
This
crib? Maybe he saw
motherfucker-
like the CDs and it was like Chameleonaire
I
and
don't- I would never own
No.
a CD that said Chameleonaire on it or even had a Chameleonaire reference. Like,
oh shit. What did Jada what was the Jada line? What did he say? We use your album to break up weed on it.
Oh shit. Oh shit. That's fucked up because I think I do remember doing that.
Oh shit. On that
On that-
CD? Oh shit.
It was when I was young. That was a while ago. And that still wasn't my favorite fucking rapper. I got that album for one song.
Pretty much. Before iTunes, you could just buy one song. What are your thoughts on the Nas and Hit Boy projects?
I mean, like Nas, I like to see him do shit that's different.
Okay.
So I'm excited about it.
I love those. You know how they do the Spotify Wrapped, or if you use Apple Music, whatever they call it, it shows you what you played the most.
Yeah.
Last year, my top played artist was Nas,
Mm-hmm.
but it was all based off of the KD albums and the Magic album.
Okay.
I created a playlist of like my favorite songs from all 4 projects, and I will go to that playlist often. Like, this man is 50, been 30 years in the game, and still can deliver like that.
Yeah.
Who is it? Who was the dickhead that say he not relevant?
21 Savage, and then they did a song
This
together.
nigga.
Yeah.
And then they did a song together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
but
mic,
that's,
one
that
gun.
shit. That's all that shit. That's publicity shit.
Yeah, to try to get
It's like
motherfuckers
that-
in there.
Y'all super obvious.
Yeah.
Cause like beef don't even happen no more.
No.
You know?
I mean, unless a nigga die about it. That's that ain't
Right.
And if a nigga don't die, it ain't beef. That's I'm sorry, that sounds fucked up, but that's true. Like, y'all just bickering just to get y'all fucking ratings up. Y'all not really in fucking beef.
Who's the rest of your top 5?
It changes sometimes
Okay.
because I'm indecisive. So, all right. So it'll be Nas. I put Black Thought up there.
Yes.
Um,
His breath control
then-
at 50 years old is ridiculous.
Too.
yeah,
Black Thought. He just
Yeah.
did is it like a 10-minute song he was freestyling over recently?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That song's crazy. Who else? I mean, I'm not a super duper J fan, but I have to put him up there, and then I'll put Pun up there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We forgetting about Pun.
Everybody
Yeah.
does. And he was the truth.
Yes. His Capital Punishment is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Me, it's always Nas, Jada, And it rotates Nas J to Jay-Z. And I have such a fucking New York bias.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I like Scarface. I love Scarface. I like Luda. And of course, Snoop. I stumbled upon this 90s YouTube video playlist the other night. And so for my 50th birthday, I want to have a roast / 90s party. He cannot wait. You gotta be my
host,
roast
nigga.
master. Yeah,
I'm
he's
the
definitely the host. Boss Man's like, I went in and I was like, now you realize at the end of the roast, I get to roast everybody that roasted me. He's like, okay.
Yep,
like,
I'm
right.
open to it. Shit.
But this playlist could be the playlist for me, and I want Chris Frequency to DJ this party. Like I've got it all planned out. Like I wanted it as a surprise party at first, but I think to get it the way I want,
nigga, you gonna plan your
I'm
own
gonna have to plan it.
surprise party?
Like Darien, can you keep me occupied between the hours of 1 and 12 and then we show up at this place?
Why they get everything ready? Can you chill with me for these couple of hours? Like, oh. And then I got to walk in with you with the dumb face, like I don't know what's going
Surprise.
on. Like,
oh my God, you guys. I had when Darien told me to wear a tux, I didn't know. I didn't know because I'd never seen anybody wear the tux at the bar we usually go to. Oh my God, oh my God, you're here too. Meanwhile, I called you though. What you doing next week?
Nigga done planned everything. He got the caterers and all.
Fuck it, less disappointment, right? So we tried this on my 40th.
That's true.
It did not pan out.
You say you tried on your 30th?
I wanted this for my 40th.
Oh, your 40th.
40
Damn,
was,
I forgot you done passed 40 already.
40 was particularly...
We not playing the 50th. We doing it, bro.
40 was particularly important to me because my mother died at 39. And I always had this fear that I wasn't going to... Like, my history was going to match her history. So 40 was a big deal for me to turn 40. And the person I was with at the time knew how important it was. And he knew how important this roast was. And I wanted them to rent a place. And I wanted this big to do. And I had like 3 of my friends in my living room. And a 6-pack of beer.
Oh, that's not funny.
Talk
that's
about missing
depressing
the mark.
shit. That's
Meanwhile,
depressing.
Followed by 2 days after it, I think we should separate. And then my TV died.
Oh, damn.
And then the album that
My
I was
nigga
working on
said,
with somebody.
fuck 40.
Yeah, fuck 40 for real. And then the album that I was working on with somebody after finishing 8 of 12 songs, is like, nah, we
Oh, that happened at the same
in
fucking
the same
time?
fucking week. And I had to move an hour away
Nah,
from
I'm
work.
beating the shit out of somebody. I don't know who, but it gotta go down.
Damn. You do need therapy.
You know what your fucking use.
I
know what the
I would
fuck
need
your
therapy
emotions was
after
doing
that.
during that week,
Yes,
nigga?
that's what I'm
What, that
saying.
2 weeks maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
see why you fucked up, nigga. God damn. Nigga. Oh, shit.
Dang, you
But
have
so-
to get like a therapist as like a sponsor, yo.
Oh shit, we should.
Like Talkspace.
Can you imagine? We'll be right back after this commercial break. Do you have problems like this nigga sitting in the middle? Call 1-800 non-toxic. That's 1-800 non-toxic.
We're gonna start having to put advertisements for your motherfucking shrink, cuz.
I actually
We got to set up a GoFundMe like they do with the little African kids.
you be like,
In their eyes of the angel.
for just $4 a day, we can get this nigga some
We
help.
can get this nigga some help.
You saw Chris said my son was here last week and he said he started a GoFundMe for my broken Voltron.
Saying
and
shit. Say ain't get nothing. It's worth the shot
It
though.
broke? I didn't even...
No, I found a metal one after years of searching. Not now, because now they're like 700 and up. I'm not willing to pay that much.
Because the real collectors is the ones who got them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I found one. Toys R Us they had reissued it and they had it at Toys R Us. I bought it and yes, I took it apart and I played with it and I formed Voltron because I never could do that as a kid. I only had 2 lions, red and a green one. And I kept it on a high shelf. And my oldest son convinced my grandmother, she was watching him, that it was his. And so she got it down and handed it for him. And he broke the shit. It never even stood up anymore together once it was formed Voltron. So, and now I can find his plastic ones or pay $700 to $1,000 for a real die-cast one from the 80s, and I'm not willing to do that.
Tell you, my nigga hit the lottery. He gonna have a bunch of fucked up shit. he gonna have the full set of Voltron, but he gonna keep them bitches separate so can't nobody break the motherfucker. This nigga gonna get an Iron Man suit with the fucking Tesseract not working. That shit not gonna light up. I got my suit though.
Like, how you light it up? I just shine this flashlight into it.
So I got this little helmet like that I strapped to my chest.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That used to be my dream. I used to say that that's how I wanted to quit where we used to work. I wanted to fly into the VPGM's office and just place my resignation on his desk and then fly the fuck out.
That's some thug shit. But I can just imagine everything that can go wrong going wrong.
Yeah. Probably have to
gonna
walk
run
that
through
bitch
the
in.
windows and shit. Oh
Like
shit!
he hit the glass because he thought it was open.
Oh my bad, boss.
I'll clean that up. Yeah.
You ain't gonna clean it up if you hit the lottery. You just gonna leave a check for that nigga. Get that fixed. Right? Like, he ain't gonna.
I bought this shit. Like when he was throwing the hawk into that building in Africa, and he was like, "Jarvis, how much is that building?" All right, we just bought it.
That's facts.
Now I think like you. I think as much as I joke about shit, I think I'll be real because if you reach that level, you don't want to lose it again. And when I worked at the bank, I used to see so many people win the lottery for a decent amount of money and be broke again in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do that.
Bro, even if it's like 10 G's, that would change my fucking life. And I can fix some shit with 10 G's. Like, it's about what you do with it when you get the money. Like, don't go buying 7 cars, nigga. You literally going one fucking place every day. Like, you don't need 7 cars. You don't need, people buy a bunch of unnecessary shit, which I kind of understand because if you've never had money,
Yeah.
and now you just got frivolous money, you just do what you want. You gonna do what the fuck you want. Like, I want this Lambo, I'm gonna get this goddamn Lambo. I don't like Lambos, but
Yeah. I bet you would push one if you had the opportunity.
I'd rather. But
Would you ever
before a Lambo, before a Ferrari, I'd rather put a Nissan GTR.
Okay.
And that's only like $100,000, maybe $200,000 car.
Okay, maybe. If Puffy came to you, he heard our song. Are you writing to it?
Yes, I would.
Oh, I got to give you the other beat.
Yeah, the other beat. And if you could format it for me.
Dude, you got to just tell me how you want it.
Yeah, because
Are you
I
like
got
the kids who do like the
ADHD.
2-minute songs, or do you like traditional 3 verses?
I would do like a traditional 3.
Okay. Yeah, I stopped doing it because people say, "Why your shit so long?" It's 4 minutes. Stevie Wonder made 7 minutes fucking songs.
That's the truth though. Like, cause me growing up, I've seen like both sides. I've seen the ones who create like the between 5 to fucking damn near 10-minute songs, and these motherfuckers now who create 2, maybe a minute 30.
They don't be no third verses, no bridges,
No.
just a hook,
No
a
bridge.
verse, and the hook, and that's it.
Yo, for every favorite song I have, the bridge is what stole my heart.
Yep. When I think of famous
Like-
bridges, even hip hop, "Devil in a New Dress," between Kanye's verse and Rick Ross's verse, where you just had that fucking middle part of just fucking music. That shit is fucking fire. I was just talking to somebody the other
That's
day
why you
about this.
gonna
Like
learn
the
to do
bridges
guitar.
are usually what hooked me in some of my favorite songs. I can't think of any of them now. Damn it. It'll come to me after the fact.
Yeah.
So I was at work, and one of the services my job provides is they can do marketing materials for people. And I was looking at, because we have to somebody has to second quality check it. I'm looking at this thing, and it's for this
Damn.
service. What?
They got a second quality check now?
Well,
Or that
nobody
was
ever
that
doing
was
it.
supposed to be.
That
What
was
was
what it was supposed to be done.
Niggas wasn't. We got
So-
shit to do.
I'm looking at this thing, and it's some weird shit, and it was like for eyebrows. Not just the thing where they cut the thing. I've seen that to make them thicker, and then they
Yeah.
darken it. It was some other shit, and I looked at Bossman, and I said, and the question I posed to you is, who do women do these things for? Because I've had many male friends and many female friends who are attracted to women, and not one of them ever said, "Yo, she is dope, but I wish she would get this procedure on her eyebrows." Never once, ever.
Is it just eyebrows or is it?
No, but any body modification. Like, I hope titties become popular again because I'm tired of seeing fake. Like, I don't even know what a real ass looks like anymore from TV and media because I like that. Like I was saying one time, I was like, I like porn where I can see the woman has stretch marks, and I can see
you like natural. You like,
and
natural
I see
woman.
gravity has affected her breast because that tells me that that's real.
Like breasts on retirement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just cracking jokes. It's not like I love natural. Like
he does because he always gives me the example. He's like, I like when you take him out the bra and they go bloop bloop.
Yep, that's fact. She get on
Why
top.
was that a
titty
conversation?
smack your
Why
face.
was that even a conversation?
That shows you the shit here. Men talk about. But nah, that's facts though. Like,
hey Michelle, shout out to our one female listener.
Oh shit, yeah. Babe, I know you're probably watching too.
Yeah. And then Michelle gave me an interesting conversation that we're going to develop. This was just a quick one. So, when women do these things, who are they doing it for?
Yeah, I mean, we're really doing it to attract men. But I think we have a skewed perception of what men really want.
Right, because you walked in, I haven't seen you in a long time. I was like, wow, Jen looks great. And not one time did I look at your eyebrows.
Right. I don't think you can see them.
Yeah, your hair is covering, but
Right.
not one time did I even like look for them.
Right. No. Yeah, that's true. It's like we buy into things that make us look better, but we didn't check with y'all.
What about the eyelashes?
Oh,
that shit. That shit. Bitches go so crazy. They got goddamn eyelashes on their car. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta let us know that you got them on your face too. You just gonna put them on your car?
If I thought that was a temporary thing, I would go buy a pair and put them on your fucking car. But I'm afraid you would fuck me up.
What? Put lashes on my car?
Lashes on your car?
Bruh, you gonna start a war, nigga. I'm gonna
put drive around without even realizing it.
It wouldn't be first. I'm back in every parking spot, so I will be able to see as soon as I walk up to my car.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. This nigga don't trust me. I don't know his address.
I don't trust nobody. Don't feel no type way.
He told me a couple weeks ago, I was like, yo, you got my first and last name on your phone. Take that shit out. But it's my phone. No, take my last name out your fucking phone.
Somebody breaking your phone, they got my whole shit.
Yep, they got my first and last name. They might not have a picture of me, but shit, you can connect the dots. Fuck that.
Your picture is Darius.
My picture is Darius.
When you call
I need that photo too of Darius. I'm gonna turn it into merch. Yeah.
Yes. That's gonna be a top seller.
We're gonna drop that shit.
Right.
I want to have it before we drop it though.
Okay.
Yeah. That way we can show it and then.
So you think that I like that. You think that in general, nothing's absolute, that people do it because they think it will be more attractive, but didn't really ask what we like.
Yeah.
Like, I think agree. Some people might have went like, let me get an ass because men like ass, right?
Yeah.
That one makes sense. But some of this other shit is crazy.
It's funny that it's like, okay, I sat in on a human sexuality class at Rutgers.
Okay.
Because my friend was taking the class and I went to class with her one day. They don't check who the fuck in there.
Right.
Shit.
Right. So they did a survey of what men like. You know, like how many men like small breasts versus large breasts. And that's the example where I was like, oh shit. Like, not every dude likes large breasts. The same amount of men who liked large breasts also liked small breasts. So it's like, we're not even checking. It's all marketing. It's all marketing. You're on Instagram, you're on this, you're on that. It's like, oh my gosh, do your eyelashes. Oh my gosh, make your eyebrows mad dark. Like, it's just like, it's just like.
I give you an example of one that I thought about. So I had an opportunity when I worked for a company because that was a client of ours. You know, they do the tattoo for people who are balding.
Mm-hmm.
And the pictures that I saw and the lady who did it did a really good job. Now, you can only ever have this hairstyle. So basically, it would fix the line where I'm thinning.
It basically give you like a lineup.
But then I saw I would have gotten to do it for free because it's like a $3,000-$4,000 procedure that we know I wasn't paying for.
Fuck no.
You might as well get the vote.
All I had to do is do a video testimony and allow them to use my likeness in this video testimony. So I thought about it. And I never did it. I never pursued it. And then I saw somebody in the store the other day, and it was mad obvious to me it was a fucking tattoo. Like, I was like, I'm glad I didn't do that shit, was my exact thought. Because I don't think we do anything like that. Like, maybe we go to the gym.
And this nigga still trying to brush his hair. The fuck?
It just looks so unnatural. And like, they weren't going to do my whole head. Like,
that's the same thing with that Beijing shit. Niggas dying and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I did the beard one time, and I'm like, this is growing back in a day, and I have to read that. This is.
I ain't even gonna lie, nigga. Every day I come here, I'll be waiting to see you fucking with the line up with the Beijing line.
Nah. Because I don't. That to me, that's a waste of time that I could be doing something else. Like the amount of time it would take to maintain.
Nah, that shit take a minute.
It's not worth it. I tried the beard. There's a picture of me flipping through albums that I had as an avatar once as a profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at that picture, you can see my shit was mad fucking dark because I had just did it. And it was like, okay, it's cool. But the maintenance to keep it like that wasn't worth it to me.
Yeah, nah, that shit not worth it.
Plus, I hear mature ladies like the salt and pepper.
I tell you, bro, if my motherfucking dreads start falling out, my shit start receding, I'm going bald. I'm not fucking keeping these shit. Niggas that hold on to their dreads, y'all are fucking pitiful. Cause that shit's retarded. Like, bro, first of all, I got a big ass forehead. So if my shit start going back, no. Like, now when I play with my dreads, I'm back here with it. Like, go ahead, rub my dreads, girl. Yeah, they back. She on the back of my dome. Like, nah. That shit's not worth it.
What's the absolute turnoff if you're talking to a guy? And then I'm gonna ask you the other question that Michelle brought up.
Absolute turnoff.
Mm-hmm.
Chamillionaire being his favorite rapper.
Oh man, I'm never gonna live that one down.
He's never gonna live that down. You didn't do anything wrong.
Like a absolute like deal breaker.
Like right off the bat, you know, you're like, I'm not even exchanging phone numbers.
You talking about physical attributes or
whatever? We already know from last week that small penis is one of them. Continue.
Bad breath / personal hygiene.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I used to
Like,
have this
that'll
saying.
do it.
I'm not overlooking that.
Right.
I'm not overlooking.
I don't know how you can overlook it, nigga.
I used to have this thing. People say, "What do you look at in a woman first?" I said, "I look at your hair, and I look at your feet or shoes," because my theory is if one or both are fucked up, then nothing in between is taken care of either.
I was never a feet person, so I'm not looking at your feet.
No, but like,
got
you take care of them.
shit.
Not everybody has perfect
Take
feet.
care
I
of them.
won't.
First of all, bitch, if you don't take, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say bitch,
See?
but
You
if
did
you
mean
don't
it.
take care of them,
But it's okay.
you need to hide them bitches. You don't put them shits out. If you don't take care of any of that shit, you need to keep that shit in the fucking cardboard box. I don't know what the fuck you need to do.
Did you go get your pedicure yet?
Huh? Nah, we actually was planning it, but I think she ended up going one day and it was like dumb pack, and I'm like,
I'm not waiting.
I think it's
See,
kind
I
of
think
fucked
that's a
up.
weird
They
thing.
charge y'all more.
Do they?
Yeah.
Why feet are bigger? I guess that makes sense.
I don't know. I just
See,
think
that's
I just think it's wrong.
equality, bro. Like, fuck all that.
See that
We should get
generation?
charged.
You see what?
We get paid more, right?
I
depending
mean,
on the guy,
depending
that's,
on both of them.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, I loved what Nick said last week. That was your shit. You paid for it.
Yeah. You're gonna break your own shit.
See, that's a weird thing. Like, I could be like, Darien, let's go get a drink. Darien, I want to run to the store real quick. You run to the store with me. But I can't say, Darien, yo, you want to go get our feet did?
Yeah, nigga,
Yeah, no.
Nigga, you asked me to go get our feet did. We squaring up. Like
Oh.
just
But
for
do you think a
GP.
group of guys could do it? Like,
No.
let's say you were in your
No.
friend's.
No.
No, let's say you in your friend's wedding.
No, you go with either by yourself or with your girl.
That's
Other
it.
than that, no. That's not.
See, some things don't change generation to generation.
Nah, I'm not.
Can you imagine if your best friend, if John texts you and is like,
Yo,
yo,
be like, yo, bro, I'm about to go get my feet done. Yo, you
wanna
trying to come?
You trying to pull up?
Fuck was you texting my phone for? You better go handle that. Get the fuck out my face.
Like, who stole your phone?
Like, who stole your phone? You need
Oh,
me to report
shit.
your shit stolen? Mm-mm.
All right. So Michelle brought up a good point. Gender roles. Do you believe there should still be gender roles in a relationship? Like, I'll start off with an easy one. My mother raised me to believe a woman should not take out the garbage.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Really?
Yes.
But who takes
I
out the
hate-
garbage when you live by yourself?
I take it out.
Okay.
And I think about it every time. I'm like, damn, I need a boyfriend. I need somebody to fucking punish. Like, I hate it.
Okay.
I literally hate it.
Okay. What's some other things that you think still matter, right? Because if we get the basic ones out, no particular sex, I believe, should handle most of the cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'm a
disagree?
little. I don't know, because I know some men that could fucking cook.
Some of the
Like-
best chefs in the world are men.
Yes. So I think like maybe society got it wrong in the beginning, you know. Like you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it something shifted and turned. I bet you if we go back to like, you know, huts and, you know, early Aborigine type people, like the men cooked. I feel like something like that could have been happening, cause it just, I don't know. There's something about men. A lot of men who naturally have an ability to cook,
That's fact.
and for me, it doesn't come like I could follow a recipe, but
That's
for
how
me,
I
it don't
cook.
come from my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Really?
saying? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I
like
don't-
Really?
put
You're
your
not a
foot
great
in it
cook?
type shit. Like, that's not coming from
You're not a
me.
natural
yeah.
cook?
No.
Are any of your sisters? You have all sisters, right?
Yeah, I think my older sister maybe a little,
Okay.
but even not to the level where my mom is at.
Okay, right.
Like my mom, I was on FaceTime with her the other day, and she was like, "Oh, I don't feel much like cooking." I'm like, "Mom, don't say that. Don't ever say that." You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her to ever stop cooking.
Y'all have
And
strong genes in your family too, by the way.
do we?
Yes,
Yeah.
y'all all look fucking alike.
We all kind of sound the same too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like with that cooking shit, it's more about. I feel like with being in relationships, period, it's more about what you're good at. Like, granted, there is some things like, in my opinion, a woman just shouldn't do. Like, like in my sense, my wife, she doesn't touch the door.
Okay.
When we're together, she does not touch a door. Like it sounds bad when I say this, but I have her trained to the point where when we go somewhere, she will walk up to the door and sit there and wait for me to open the door for her.
It's funny. I heard her go, "Train Darien. I'm trained."
That's why I said it sounds bad when I say it. It's
I'm
not like
trained.
she's
I'm trained
trained,
now.
but she knows how I am. Like, if we're walking into somewhere, I will rush past her to open the door for her.
I
Like,
bet
certain
you
shit.
any money, that's a large percentage of why y'all are successful.
Because he opens the door.
Yeah.
What about the car door?
No, I don't open the car door.
Okay.
But it's because she doesn't really care for me to open the car door.
Do you care about a man?
She's
opening
more
the
of
car
a
door for
get
you?
the fuck in the car,
Listen,
let's go, like, type of deal. Like,
I
like
recently had that happen. It was like a shock.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like the chivalry shit. Like, and
Yo,
I
I
was just
just out
like,
the window.
oh, yo, that's major. It's major.
Okay.
It is, because it's like, you know, you're saying without words what that person means to you.
Mhm.
Because you're there, you're protecting them, you're, you know, like, it's a whole safe space shit. Like,
Okay.
the shit is deeper than it really looks like on the surface.
So if he walks
Like,
on the outside of the curb.
And even, yeah.
Yep, I do all
And
that shit.
even the fact that people who are less mature would look at that shit at that shit like some sucker shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're
Believe the
doing
kids say
that
you're being a
shit.
simp.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
that
that
shit.
you're doing that shit and you don't even give a fuck what they're gonna say about it. So like, nah, that shit it's a lot.
I wonder the younger women, like even younger than you, expect those types of things.
I don't know.
I would never know.
Yeah, he's never.
Yeah.
He's like, we can't ask
Fuck them
him.
bitches. Like, nah, I ain't mean it
Oh,
like
shit.
that. But nah, but that's real shit though. Like, it's all about you showing the effort. Like,
Yeah.
that's my way of me showing a small bit of effort. Cause before at one point, like she would just go in while we going in the crib or going into a store. She would just go in, but like after a while, I'm like I she'll be getting ready to walk through the door. I'm like, don't fucking touch that door. And I come up and I open it for her, like, don't touch the door. Like that's not up to you. Like I'm here to guide you where you gotta go. Like you don't gotta worry about that shit. And I feel like that's all about how it's all about how somebody feels about you if that's gonna happen or not. That's why I feel like nobody like we said earlier, everybody a lot of people's stuff is about what they seen growing up.
Right.
So I've never seen what I do growing up. I just know how it makes her feel and how I want to basically put her on a pedestal so she knows that I know she's worth what she's worth. Everybody's not up to doing that.
Right.
Like a lot of motherfuckers like they let the door close on their girl. I'm like,
Right.
wait, what the fuck wrong
Right.
with you, bruh?
Gay
Like-
dudes
Such a
do
good
that.
Huh?
So I feel like there's two type of gay dudes, right? There's gay dudes who still do the chivalry shit.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they're not dating the girl, but they will hold the door
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
or do something like that, chivalrous. But there's some gay dudes, they'll let that shit slam right in your face. They threw all that shit out the window. All that shit. And I feel like even regular dudes a little gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Because, you know what I mean?
They still be considerate.
Right.
Is it okay if you make more than your man?
I mean, yeah, it's okay.
Not desirable?
It's not that it's not desirable, it's that for me personally, like I'm a very submissive, take the second road, like the lower level type person.
Okay.
Like I want to be able to learn from that person. Like not that you can't, but I feel like that has a lot to do with
Okay.
like what your experience
Could you
is with a
learn from
person.
them but still make more money than them?
I mean, you could. It just depends. It's a loaded question to be honest. But
Do you want to invest in my studio?
okay. I'm just like,
I'm with you. I was thinking about the rapper who you clearly made more than.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you're not working, of course you make more. Like he was not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What's another typical gender role?
The
They don't exist to me.
the stay-at-home mom.
Huh?
So they don't really exist to me, so I don't really
Not in certain things you think about it, like
some of them are like I automatically do. It was never discussed. It's just something I feel like I should do.
right.
Like putting gas in her car. She doesn't I will tell her she would ask me, she was telling me that she need gas. And I'd be like, all right, give me your keys. I go put fucking gas in her car. Like I don't know, it's just weird for her to just be out there. I guess that's why y'all so fucking lucky because females just don't gotta be out there pumping their gas.
Right.
Because now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't want you pumping your gas and some random nigga walk up. I feel some type way. Like,
but at the same time, do you think some of these things takes away? Because I've also dated somebody who's super dependent. And I used to always worry. I never forget. I used to always worry, like, what happens if I'm no longer around?
mm-hmm.
And I was having a conversation with their father, and I said, yo, I worry about what would happen if me or you guys aren't around. And he said the realest shit to me he's ever said to me. He's like, she'll find another man.
Mm-hmm.
She'll find another man to take care of her. It's like, wow. But in the interim, like when my sister learned to drive, I made my sister change her tire in the driveway because I didn't want her to be stuck somewhere and not know how to change her tire.
But I think that's what a man should do for a woman anyway.
Change the tire or teach them to change the tire.
Know that she's able to be self-sufficient or find a way to. That's about her growth with you. It's for her to be able to be self-sufficient because regardless, at some point in life, you may not have each other.
Okay. Yeah. That's a fact.
God, I feel like there's always so many, but the lines are so blurred now.
Shit, now.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
It's kind of it's kind of hard.
Nowadays.
But there's
What's the
certain things
gender?
that I think still should be. Call me wrong, but there's still things that should be manly that a man should do, right?
Mm.
Like as a man, if I ask you out on a date, I'm gonna always pay, or I'm gonna prepare in my mind that I'm paying for the date. Is that wrong?
I don't think it's.
It depends.
I
Because
don't.
if she's out here getting 7 steaks and shit, and you got fucking lemon water, like no, we going Dutch. Like
I think that's.
What am I, a
I don't-
bitch? I'm drinking lemon water on a date.
you drinking lemon water because she done got 7 steaks, nigga. Like
I
you
mean,
can't afford that
I've
shit.
paid for first dates.
Did you? Let me ask you this question: prior to the bill coming, were you aware that you were going to have to pay,
Yeah.
or they just looked at you like?
Nigga didn't have a job.
Oh shit.
Like I didn't
Alright, so I
have
gotta
a
ask.
choice.
So you
I
want a
gotta
night
ask.
out? You want a night out? You better pay
Did he
for
ask
it.
you out?
Yeah.
How do you ask somebody out and you don't have a job? I don't understand how that works.
I don't understand how that works.
It was more like a
versus, like-
collective kind of asking. He was like,
I think he should have
We
asked,
should
would you
go.
like to take a walk in the park like that Joe Scott song?
yeah,
Is what the question
it's
should have
true. It's true.
been. Okay. See that, and I'm not above letting somebody pay for me, but particularly in the beginning, it's just an old fashioned thing. I feel like, especially if I asked, I feel like I should pay.
But I think it's in poor taste if the woman just goes extra with the ordering whatever. Like, I wasn't taught that way. You know what I mean? Like,
You're not gonna
It's
go
like-
like I'll just have a salad though, are you?
no, I'll eat
Okay.
what I would normally eat.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go in there and get lobster tails, and all of that.
Damn well,
Like-
your ass ain't gonna buy no lobster tail by yourself. Then you gonna buy yourself.
Right.
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
buying
eat
that
how
shit.
I would normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I remember seeing this interview once, and Lauryn Hill talked about how her husband always said that she ate like a man. And she said from the very first moment she ate with him, she ate just like that because she said, it's not fair that if I ate all dainty and just order a salad, and then one day he's married to me and he sees me eating like this grown-ass man and he's surprised by it. You should be who you should be.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Just facts.
What's the pettiest thing you've ever done? I know that was off left and out of. I was just curious.
It got nothing to do with no relationship.
Sure.
Okay. So in college, one time I had a class in a really old building, and I was always rushing to that class, so it was on the 3rd floor, but the elevator was slow as fuck because it was an old building.
Okay.
So it was one day I was a little early, so I decided to fucking wait for the elevator. So then I get in the elevator, and then somebody stops the door from closing. I was almost in that bitch by myself. I was like, my Jersey ass, because this was in North Dakota. I went to college in North Dakota.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a whole story behind
Okay.
that. But it was somebody who was handicapped. So the handicapped person, like, I kind of move out the way so they could get out. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm here being fucking lazy, and this person can't take the fucking stairs. So I limped out the elevator.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Because I've done that. I dated somebody and they had a handicap sticker because of the disability, and I was like, I'm gonna take your car because it gets me VIP parking. But I would always limp out the car. Darien's thinking niggas from Jersey ain't shit.
Y'all ain't shit, motherfucker. I ain't never had a goddamn handicap sticker and limp out that bitch. The fuck?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was petty. It's really
That's
petty.
funny.
Should a guy always be the one to make the first move?
I think in general, no, but I like have a problem with it.
Like
I
you
have a
wouldn't-
problem making the first move.
So you would hesitate if the guy was shy?
If the guy was shy, Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you this story.
I gotta piss. So you about to hate me? I'm about to walk out and piss.
Oh shit! You didn't pause it?
Nah, you good. Keep going.
All right.
Straight. Take me long.
Too bad you all the shit on the table. I was just
I'm
hop over.
just a couple shakes. Give me a second. My ass sitting here, I'm like, oh no, I gotta. Y'all straight up. Keep going.
All right, so you get it because it's not like you can't hear me. Make sure you turn the fan on so we don't hear you pissing on the tape.
Oh God.
So,
oh man.
I don't know why, and I don't know if it's because I grew up in a house, my mother, my grandmother, my sister, right? So it was predominantly women in the household. And so I was always careful about how I made a woman feel. And so I was dating this woman, and I was 20, 21, maybe 21, whatever, maybe younger, whatever the time frame was. And so I was always hesitant to make the first move because I didn't want to feel like I was forcing myself upon them. I don't know why I have that hesitation. And so we had hung out a couple of times, and I was picking her up from work, and then we were going to go hang out. So she's like, I just want to change clothes real quick. So we go to her apartment. It's like almost like it's set up like a loft where she was. And so it's like the couch, but then her bedroom and dressing room are over there. So she's getting undressed, like probably where that monitor is, not that far away from me. I'm sitting on the couch. And that probably, maybe, like nothing's definite, right? But maybe that was a sign. Maybe that was like a, hey, I'm naked, like let's do stuff. And I didn't know what to do. So I pretended like I fell asleep while she was getting dressed. Did you just laugh at me?
Because that's as bad as limping.
But that was probably a sign, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and I didn't. Like, I think in the past I would want this clear cut.
But
like,
it's actually it's a little sweet too.
Okay.
It's a little bit sweet.
Like sweet, like sweet, sweet,
No.
or like sincere sweet.
Like endearing.
Okay.
Because it's like, okay, like you went to a great length to not make her
not
feel
get the
away.
vagina, yeah. Which I believe she was clearly throwing it at me.
Yeah.
Like there's other scenarios where, and I always wanted to be like the good guy. I know you're not gonna believe me, but I always wanted to be. And there was this other time, this girl had, and she,
On
it's
a
funny,
good day.
huh?
On
She
a
was
good
from
day,
Toms
on a
River,
good
but she
day.
went to Willie P. So she lived in an apartment with her friends in Patterson, and they had gone out. And she was like, "Oh, why don't you come over afterward? After we were going to a movie or whatever it was with her friends." And so I go over, and it's like 2, 3 in the morning. Oh shit! I was a booty call. And she's like, I'll leave the key downstairs. Just come upstairs and lay down next to me. And all I did was go upstairs and lay down next to her. I didn't try anything because I wasn't sure.
I don't want. You
Yeah,
stupid.
that one was a little bit obvious.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
like
she was a sure thing.
Like she left you the key and everything. Like you supposed to go up there and drop your dick on her forehead. Like you
Yeah, see, back then I wasn't so aggressive back then.
Like you were supposed to do something. That sound like she wanted it. Like who gonna leave their key downstairs? For
I thought
somebody?
she just wanted. I thought all women wanted to do is cuddle and be loved. See, I hadn't learned then that sometimes
Somebody
women just want to
taught
get
you
fucked.
wrong.
I hadn't learned that yet.
She was practically begging for it. He went upstairs
No,
and cuddled.
okay. But follow up. Did you see her again?
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. Brian, shout out to you if you're out here. So
Brian,
my boy Brian that lives in Pittsburgh that I know from when I worked at King's. He will remember the story because he was around. So we ended up hanging out again. I never slept with her. I think maybe I kissed her. We went to my friend Brian's wedding. I went with her as a date. And I felt this electricity, and I was like telling her, like, I know you feel it. I know you felt that moment when we were on the dance floor. And I know you feel the same way I feel. And then she kind of ghosted me. And then I was calling her, and I would be like, what happened? I know you felt that moment. And I would leave her messages. And I was like, also, by the way, because I was living with Brian at the time, right? Me and the kid's mom had separated. I was living with Brian at the time. And so I had his PlayStation. I had lent her my PlayStation. And, I kept leaving her messages and she kept not answering. And, the last message, I was like, hey, can maybe we get my PlayStation?
She had a whole nother nigga over there playing that PlayStation. And then,
Who was probably fucking her
that nigga
since I won. Well, I
that
back
nigga
then.
done saved over your save game and everything.
But it was funny because back then I thought that all women wanted was romance.
Mm.
I didn't know that women could just be physical sometimes too. Like I was naive, right? So she finally calls me back and she leaves me a voicemail. She's like, "You think I want your fucking PlayStation? I could buy 3 or 4 plays. I don't want your fucking PlayStation. And you're a fucking stalker. And I called the Patterson Police Department to let them know about you. You're a fucking stalker. Instead of worrying about me, why don't you worry about being a better father and take care of your kids?" Yo, she stabbed me. And the
She
irony,
hit every bit of that ego.
yo, she ate it up. And I'm like, damn. This bitch just wanted some dick. I could have avoided that whole thing if I had just gave her some dick that night.
off. That's all you had to do. She gave me the key to drop some dick off. That's all you had
That's
to
all
do.
I had to do. I had one job and I did not do it.
And now this nigga look like a stalker.
I know. It had me painted like a stalker. Like, I know you didn't feel that moment, like the connection, the chemistry.
Oh.
The chemistry is so real between us. And she called me a stalker. I did get my PlayStation back though. She dropped it off the. She did drop it off to my man's house when I wasn't
Fuck
there.
that PlayStation, nigga.
And I've always hoped, secretly in the back of my mind, I always hope, because I be thinking about these moments where maybe I didn't make a great impression in life, whatever it was in life. And I always hope, like, maybe I could run into this chick.
Here he go.
He's going back to the past.
He don't let go.
Like, maybe I could,
You need me now, don't you? You want
Because
some of this?
I don't want her walking
Nah, I'm
around
cool.
thinking that I was fucking lame. Well, I was lame back then. But the funny part is, this tells you how long ago it was. You want to know how I met this chick? In the Ebony and Ivory AOL chat room. And at moments of life, the thought of her has come up, but neither me nor Brian can remember her last name. And she had a very common Irish name. It was like Shannon and something very, very Irish. And Shannon is a very Irish name anyway.
Mm.
So I could never look her up on Facebook.
Why did you look at her up
I
on
don't
Facebook?
Because I was curious. Motherfucker, I'm curious.
He tried to say.
I don't
He's
know.
like, oh, this bitch busted
Facebook
now. So
messes up the order.
I did
of
good.
No,
What?
I said Facebook messes up the order of things. Just
No, I mean, I
leave
haven't.
her-
It's been
leave
many,
her
many
where she
years.
is.
I hadn't thought about the story until I was telling it tonight about
It's
missed
a lost
opportunities.
cause, bruh.
But yeah,
Mm.
there's probably 3 times where it was like somebody was like waving the plane down with a fire, and I was like, "You just want to be loved."
No, definitely.
And
I
all they
can
wanted was
understand,
penis.
but that's the thing. I can understand that though, because especially like with men in certain ways, we're not taught the signs. We're just taught. Well, some of us. I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
that correct. We're not taught the signs. We're just taught to respect women. So that was your way of respecting her, not realizing.
Do you overthink?
Yes,
all the fucking
yes.
time.
He
So you-
overthinks a lot. He
But
overthinks
back
this
then-
podcast. This
but
nigga
honestly-
overthink.
But back then, I honestly thought the only path to vagina was love. Like I didn't realize.
Mm-mm.
Like I'll give you an
Sometimes
example.
it's just a phone
Where did
call.
you get
just-
that from? Like,
I was naive. My mother died young.
You
I don't
gotta-
know. No, but even down to like,
that just got dark, nigga. I'm sorry.
you about to tell my mother didn't love me again?
oh my god.
This nigga looked me in the eye and told me I'm different because I grew up with love in my household. Like, damn.
All I said was I was loved. That's all it said. I didn't say you
I read
wasn't.
between the lines. No, but even down to like, you know how people have gone to a bar and they've met a person and they were just able to go have sex with them. I don't think I would enjoy it because I need the teensiest of a connect. There has to be some connection. There
I
has
need
be
to
some
know
common
you.
thread.
The fuck?
Right.
I'm not putting my dick in nothing I don't know.
I have to at least know your last name. There has to be some connection, like something
That's
that we have to
weird.
know. The closest I ever had to a one night stand, it was weird for me because I didn't know anything about the person. The person wasn't a kisser, so they didn't really kiss. They like peck
She was
kiss.
licking you, nigga.
No, it was just like I'm not going to demonstrate it on camera. No. But it was just like It was just like a kiss, like a smooch, like
Yeah.
you would see on TV, but it was no like tongue or anything involved. They didn't do that. And so it was even weird starting because I'm like, okay, this is different. And then the whole time it was super transactional. And because it was super transactional and I wasn't like really focused on the person,
How much you
all
give
my
her?
brain, huh?
I said, how much you give her? He said it was transactional.
Oh, no. That type of transaction. No.
I'm sorry.
No. That happened once and by accident. Not that type of transaction. I told you that story, right?
Yeah, you told me that shit.
I solicited prostitution by accident once. It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, so Shannon and Keisha, that was the other girl's name. Keisha, they wanted penis, and I just misread or chose to misread.
They
the
wanted
signs.
penis and you wanted to give emotions.
Like,
I don't want this shit right now.
What did Dave Chappelle say? He died like a bitch. But I don't think that was as much as we jokingly, or you're probably serious. You're not joking. We call me toxic on here. Look at how
I'm jokingly
started.
serious.
I know you're jokingly. There's some toxic moments, but look at how it all started. So innocent and pure. Like I can't.
You've been fucked up in your
oh
life,
my
nigga.
God. Are you trying to exonerate your toxicity?
It's trying to make it seem like it's not that bad, okay? It happened because of these reasons, so it's not that bad.
Like, look where I started.
It began with this, but look where it's going.
I mean, but
shit.
seriously, look at when I've handed my heart out.
Uh-huh.
Look at how it's smacked back in my face. Would you not expect that somebody might change into the person that I've become? I wasn't loved as a child, apparently.
Nah, nigga, don't put that on me. Nah.
This is like, what do they call that? Backstory for a villain?
That's the title, Backstory for a Villain.
My criminal backstory. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, can you imagine my therapist is like, excuse me 1 second, Miss McMillan. Hi, Patrick. Yeah, cancel the rest of my appointments this afternoon.
That is guaranteed going to happen.
I'm curious and scared at the same time.
I am too. I'm scared you gonna call me and say, bro, I'm fucked up. like you gonna get that fucking moment of recognition where you realize you fucked up.
You know what
You still ain't realized you fucked up yet.
I know. I know what I'm scared of something that I've repressed.
Huh?
I'm scared of anything that I might have repressed. That somebody might tap into it.
Nigga, you know how
I
much-
mean, that's gonna happen. Like I've gone through therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the hungry hippo story. I did not
that shit
remember that.
was
at
fucking
all.
hilarious. And I'm telling you, I'm about to find the Hungry Hippo game and Green Hippo.
What I did
Watch
learn,
out.
excuse me, when I was looking for the pictures for the artwork, you can buy replacement parts, so I could have easily replaced that Green Hippo.
Shit.
Who knows?
Sit now, y'all go play with a fucked up hippo.
Oh
Y'all go
God,
play with a fucked up hippo.
Miss Jenn, thank you for coming through again. What is your final thought?
Oh man.
You need help.
Yeah.
That's all right. Darien discovers that at least 3 times a month.
I give you kudos for knowing you need help.
I do.
No, everybody does.
Well, what
I feel
step have
like
you
everybody should have therapy. Mental health is key.
Yeah, that's a fact though. I know I need help,
Can you drink?
but
in
I'm gonna
therapy?
repress it.
No.
No.
You can't.
Well, I mean, I guess
Bruh,
you could if
I'm
you do
paying
it
for
remotely.
therapy, bitch, I'm drinking. I don't give a fuck. Like, you need to let me get my bottle.
Sit down,
And I'm gonna sit right here.
All right, I'm
Are
ready.
you ready? Like,
So do it
no.
remotely. Do it like
Said remotely.
you could.
They gonna be mad as shit at me.
I want the whole experience. I want to lay on somebody's motherfucking couch. If I'm paying you $125 an hour, if that's what it costs, if not more today, I want to go. I want to drive somewhere.
I want to look at
private.
your face when you hear me say this
Yeah.
shit.
Plus, you don't
This
want
is
to be
not-
FaceTiming somebody and somebody walking while you spilling your heart out and crying and
Ramon,
shit.
this is not helping your Talkspace sponsorship.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. With your final thought. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Who, me?
No.
No,
just
I was-
finish.
my
I was
fault,
done.
my fault.
I was done. I was
I ain't look
I
up.
was
Word.
done.
So your
Yeah.
final thought is I need help?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, I'm glad that you know you need help.
Oh, okay. Sir.
My nigga need a shrink on retainer, bro. Oh. Oh, shit. My final thought. Make sure you know if you need help. Because that's the way to go to the next step to get that help. Oh. Yeah, just keep it real with yourself, man. Just be honest. And if you need help, you need help. I don't know what else to say, bro. You just need fucking help.
My final thought is,
Oh, you don't pay me enough to be your therapist either.
I understand why Anakin turned to the dark side. If you think about it, if you've watched the movies and you watched the prequels, all Anakin wanted to do was protect the women in his life, which he ends up killing the woman he loves in an attempt to protect the woman.
Nigga, the fuck?
You never seen Star Wars?
Well, I did, but I didn't watch all of it. Nigga.
Did you watch the prequels?
Nigga,
How
I don't know.
Anakin
First of all,
Skywalker becomes-
I think you failing to realize that I'm a lot younger than you. So when you was watching whatever prequels, that's probably like the old school version.
No.
in
The
my
original
opinion.
ones are episode 4, 5, and 6. And then around the time I started at AT&T, so like 2003, they did these prequels that are episode 1, 2, and 3. You
When
can
I
do it
was
at
10?
episode 1, like 2003, 2004.
2003, I was 10 years old.
Okay, and you could have gone to see that movie. They even had a Burger King
Nigga,
Happy Meal for it.
At 10 years old, nobody gave a fuck about Star Wars.
At least watch. Skip episode 1. Watch episode 2. and
So what's this? Because I know Star Wars has so many fucking things. What is the original first one?
the first one
Start-
was A New Hope, which is also
So
episode
Star
4.
Wars: A New Hope.
Right.
That's the very first one. First
And
one that
then it
ever
was
came out and all of that
Return
shit.
of Empire Strikes Back.
You gonna have to send me a list, nigga, because you just got the 2 and I done forgot one.
All right, I will send you a list.
Nigga.
I will send you a list. The Disney ones aren't that important to watch. I'm not a fan of them. But
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
the transition to Anakin of how he got confused of wanting to save his wife and how he wanted more power to save his wife. I identify so much with. Like when they came out, most true purist fans hate the original, the prequels. Like I hate the Disney ones. But I really identify with this guy's story of wanting to protect the women in his life and how that drove him to the dark side. I really identify with that. That's why my username on most shit is Anakin 1075.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the story, but I can definitely, because I will protect the woman in my life with all costs. I don't give a fuck.
You should watch
My
the
daughter
movie.
and my wife, nigga. Mm-mm.
Anywho, the computer,
Try it.
computer
Fuck you
screen is
talking
going
about?
completely black. I hope
Oh,
the
that
still
shit done
recording.
shut down, nigga.
It ain't even got a screensaver on
That
anymore.
nigga on standby.
But you know what? That's because we're having a great natural conversation. I enjoyed it. Listen and watch and listen. They're not just saying that I need therapy for kicks and giggles because there's reason
If
that
you watched
there's something
any
that
of
they
our
heard.
old episodes, you will understand that my big brother needs some fucking help. All right, we know he needs
But
some
I
help.
am seeking help through. I think like learning to play the guitar is going to be a therapeutic thing for me.
You're looking for coping mechanisms. You're not looking for help.
All right, it's another episode. All right. Listen and watch and listen. I guarantee you will get something that you missed the first time.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on everything at Warm the Crib across Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On TikTok, we are Warm the Crib Podcast. Once again, make sure you go get some merch. WTCmerch.com to get all of the merch, fucking hoodies, cups, fucking sports bras, fucking everything. We got it. If you're looking for it, it's on there. Stay tuned for the new fucking line that we got coming out, the Dreadlock Jesus that my mans was talking about. Go to the YouTube and subscribe. Warm the Crib Podcast. We appreciate
We
y'all.
owe you guys a live episode because big
We are.
big news at 100 fucking subscribers
Fuck
finally.
yeah. 100
Thank
subscribers.
you all.
It's coming soon. Just stay
Kick,
tuned.
Mason, Malik, Michelle. Who else watches every fucking week?
What's that boy name? He got an Indian name. I don't know his name, but you
Oh,
know
the
who
dude,
you are.
yes. He always he comments on everything on Instagram.
Mutai Putut, whatever the fuck that name is. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fuck it up. I'm trying to shout you. I'm trying to shout you out.
Lord.
Please don't stop following us because of me fucking your name up, homie. You know who you are. You the one that fucking post on damn near everything we post. We appreciate you, my guy.
And sorry I posted this shit late last week. I fucking forgot.
Nigga, he gonna text me like, why you ain't tell me I ain't post with it last week? I'm like, nigga, I didn't realize.
Because everything's scheduled, so it just, I forgot
Yeah,
to
that's
post the
what I
social
thought.
media promotion part.
Nigga, Thursday's my day off. Fuck
Yeah,
you
you're
talking
right.
about?
Anyway, until next week, we'll see you guys next week. Yes.
Yeah, well, we see him every week.
We see you every week.
Next week. We'll figure out what's going on next week.
Yeah.
It might be just be us. It might be somebody. Most likely just us, because niggas.
Yeah. I probably missed just us for a while.
Yeah, we probably should do a couple.
Yeah.
Just yeah. All right. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. What he said.